Get connected with Take Two Radio Music on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio Music. Or for email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit TakeTwoRadioMusic.com.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Take Two Radio Music. I'm Pam, your host. Hello to my automated man. Thank you for joining me today. It's still rather new, so forgive me for cracking up every time I hear that, but oh my gosh, it is just too funny. Anyways, I hope you all are having a great day, and thanks for joining me. Today I welcome back the award-winning country rock singer-songwriter and really nice guy, Chase Allan. Chase, are you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Thanks for having me back.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining me today. So how are you doing?
Good, man. It's a beautiful day here, sunshine in Nashville. Better than the rain. But yeah, it's going great. It's going great, man. It's been busy, and still rocking and rolling,
Yeah, it's nice here in Chicago, too. We've really been having a pretty decent summer now that it's finally arrived, and we're almost ready for fall.
No doubt.
We went from winter to summer, and there was like no in between. It was crazy. But anyways, I'm glad to hear that you're keeping yourself busy. And let's start out with you just giving a little bit of background for those listeners that weren't here the last time that you joined us.
Where do you want me to start?
From the day you were born. No.
Okay. Basically, my background is in gospel music. I grew up gospel music, and it transformed. I went from there to classical. I studied classical music, jazz, and all that good stuff. Playing guitar, drums, trumpet, French horn, and a lot of other really neat instruments and great experiences, and but my main thing was singing, being vocals and stuff. So I'm a true front man, I don't need to play guitar or piano when I'm singing. What's that? I do sometimes, but I'm a true front man, and my background is also in rock and roll. So I've kind of taken country and mixed it with a rock and roll style, and made my own unique style, and people seem to be really gravitating to it. So rock and rollers and country people. So it's a nice place to be in, and I've worked hard to do that, develop that. And the new music that I'm doing is following that path. So that's definitely. It definitely works. I mean, you see a lot of crossovers these days, which I think is great, into the different genres. You don't really have to stick with one genre to be successful, and you get so many more fans when you cross over like that, where you're doing it with the country and the rock, and I'm sure it could even go to pop. Right, and honestly, a lot of my friends, I have a lot of friends that do rock, and that's all they do, and they're playing with major rock artists, and stuff, and I have a lot of friends that do country too. Pretty much all the guys I play with live, they're all Nashville boys, but they're rockers too at the same time. So there's really, it really isn't about, to me, it's not about country or rock or R&B. It's about music. It's about music. Because that song you write or play or sing, can it reach inside someone's heart, and just grab them, for that one that little bit of time and hold them, And so that's really what it's about. It's not about any genre to me. It's about, making great music that people and the fans love, So that's the most important thing.
Amen.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree with you more. Well, at one point in 2012, you won the Nashville Top Independent Male Country Artist of the Year. I mean, how awesome is that with all the singers in Nashville alone?
Well, that was kind of like the Grammy, kind of like the independent artists and stuff like that. And I actually performed there. I didn't even think I was going to win it, but because of my style, because I'm really not country, and a lot of the artists that were nominated were more of a country traditional and stuff, which is cool too, But I won it, and I was happy to win it, and it was a great thing to
to take part in and meet other people and other musicians from different genres. And that's the fun thing about music. I come in contact every day people that, whether they do, R&B, traditional country, rock and roll. I come in contact with so many people, and it really is a melting pot, so to speak. So
right.
That's what makes it fun, and the most important thing is have your own unique style, and that's what I've developed. And going forward, like I said, I like having, when someone asks you what kind of show do you want to put on, well, I want people to feel like they're at a real high energy rock show, and fun, and so that's just who I am, and that's the guys I play with. So, that's just how we roll, and people seem to like that. So, that's just how I am.
Yeah, don't fix what's not broken, as they say.
Right.
Keep on doing it.
Right.
Now, you worked with a lot of big names there in Nashville with your music. Can you tell us a little bit about that and who some of these people were?
Well, I tell you what, one of the most influential people I ever worked with, had the honor to work with, was a guy named Chris Leuzinger, and he's a guitar player. He's kind of like, he's been here forever. He started out with Emily Lou Harris, playing guitar with her, and he ended up being Garth Brooks' in-studio band leader. He's never played a tour with Garth Brooks, but he's played on every single, over 100 million albums sold with Garth.
Wow.
He's his guy. He's his go-to guy, and he played on most of my stuff. He's a little bit older, but when you rub elbows with guys like that, sit next to them, they like your music, and they're, they like who you are and stuff, and it's really a neat experience, and learning from these guys that have been in the music business like that for years and seen it all. He's one of the great guys. Of course, I've worked with Adam Schoenfeld, tours with Tim McGraw right now, and he's done a lot of stuff with Big and Rich and Urban and Tom Bukavoc. There's just so many. Rich Redmond from Jason Aldean and Tully Kennedy, the bass player. So many lists. But the thing is about it, it was priceless. Work with guys and continue to work with people like that. On my last 3 songs I did with, which was Brand New Day and Start a Night and By My Side, those last 3 songs I did a little different. I brought in guys that were from L.A. Well, some of them were from Los Angeles, living in Nashville, and they were not real big names. These guys were powerhouse musicians, live guys, top live players. Yeah, remember, there's a difference. A lot of people don't know. Some of your studio guys you use in the studio are not necessarily the same guys you play live with. So
right.
Two separate, some of them do, but most of them don't. You got your studio guys and you got your live guys. Well, on that, I use mostly live guys, and they rocked it, So in the end of the day, you can throw all the names out, you want stuff, but it really comes, people they just want it. They don't care who played on their stuff. They just want to have that. To me, to us, it's fun working with guys that have been around and learning from them and experience and hearing from their experience, learning from their experiences. But at the end of the day, man, it's making that great, great song no matter where you do it. It doesn't matter if it's recorded in L.A. or Nashville or London, and,
right.
So it's just making that song that resonates with people.
Or even in somebody's back room in their house or something, or in the garage.
Well, hey, look what Foo Fighters, look what Dave Grohl from Foo Fighters did. He made that one album in his garage. So it's true. It's really having that song, that special, that music that people really gravitate to. And that just goes against. Spending hundreds of $1,000s on an album or spending $50,000. If the music's good and you produce it right, and you do the pre-production that it needs to be taken with that songs, you can have a killer album or EP, without spending $100,000 or $150,000.
Exactly.
It's really it's your team you work with, it's your pre-production. And in your production of that song, and the team you work with, your engineer and your musician, and that really makes a song shine, and makes it give a chance to take wings and fly. So that's what I did, and I did all my producing, and I took the due diligence with each song and treated them like a child, so to speak, each one. And I could tell you do
well,
that.
Well, they are your babies.
yeah. So I could tell you do that with my writing, And I'm not one of these guys that writes a song every day. I'll write 4 or 5 different ideals, and then I'll sit back and I'll pick one of them. I'll work that song, and work it maybe for weeks, And so those songs like Brand New Day, that wasn't written like in one day. That was written, it took me maybe a month to write that, 3 weeks, a month to really come up with ideals, changing words, letting people in the industry listen to some of my friends. But, hey, Chase, this is better. It might be better to do this or that, with the song, But, I'm talking about the lyrically wise and stuff,
Right. Mm-hmm.
But, it takes, then once you get that, the song, then it's in the pre-production and in the recording and the production of it. It's a lot of work to do it right. And that's why my songs, they don't come out like everything I do comes out like, the way it does. And people, the musicians, they respect that. And I think the fans deserve that. They deserve top-notch level, and unfortunately sometimes they don't get that in the music world we live in today.
Yeah.
If you go back to
true.
listen,
I mean, I've listened to some music because you can imagine how many submissions I get for my show. And I've listened to some music, and I just have to think, what were they thinking?
Right.
Is
I
this song done?
Yeah. Right. Well, you know what? A song like, you go back like Aerosmith, and who's still kicking it, not to this day. A song like Angel. I mean, you go back to songs, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin. I mean, groups we're going back now, and they took the due diligence, to really write great material that was lasting, that endured, that had longevity. And that's how when I write, that's what I want. I want longevity. I want my stuff to endure. When people listen to it, maybe not every song, but if I can hit key on 2 or 3 songs on each album, that it brings them back. Say, man, there's something special about this cat. Something's different with this guy. And that's who I look up to. I look up to guys like Joe Perry and Steven Tyler, and guys from Queen, Brian May, and Steve Perry at Journey and stuff. Because there was something special about those guys. Jonathan Cain, he lives here in Nashville. Guy wrote, Open Arms and all them other songs in Journey. I've been in his studio. Sat down on his private piano, man. So you just like all these guys, and you need to, if you want to be like the best, and you want to do, it doesn't matter if it's music, business, whatever you do, you need to emulate the guys that came before you, and take something from them. So that's a Paul Rogers. He's another one. Bad Company. Wonderful singer and unique guy himself. So. That's who I take. I mean, do I listen to new stuff? Of course I do. I listen to a lot of new stuff too, rock and country. But and that's the thing is, I'm not ashamed to say that I like rock music. And that's I'm not gonna lie who I am. I love country too. So I'm not afraid to say it. That's what people like about me. I can't tell you how many people that said they don't like country, but they like me. They tweet me this stuff all the time, and they're bringing them in to maybe listen to some other country stuff. That maybe there's something to this, because that's one thing. The way I dress on my pictures, that's just who I am. I don't have to. Like I said, my mom's family was in the South, and my dad's family was in the North. So I'm a hybrid.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit. I guess you can call me a mutt.
Aren't we all, though?
No, but really it is. That's why I get back to, it's not, it's for me, my music, I never wanted to alienate one people. I wrote my music not just for country people, not for rock and roll people. I wrote it for people in general. So that's how I write my lyrics. When you listen to my lyrics,
people that love music, yeah.
That's right. The lyrics are real general. They're not talking about real specific. It's so like a song "See Amazing" or a song "It's Your Love" talking about love, or "See Amazing" talking about that song talks about loving someone, a woman, who she is, and not necessarily what she looks like. What she is in the inside, and just having fun with her and stuff. My lyrics, when I write them kind of like rock and roll guys kind of write, and kind of like in general, not so specific, like talking about, you know, a girl sitting on my lap on a campfire, you know, drinking a beer or whatever, you know, and real specific like that, which I have nothing wrong with that, but that's just not how I write, you know.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's.
What I was going to say is that your song "See Amazing." I don't think we talked about this last time, but I was reading on your website that Star Maker PR Group, one of the top Nashville PR firms, chose you to do a behind-the-scenes series, which was titled after your song "See Amazing." What was that about? What was that like?
That was just like a behind-the-scenes thing. It was just interviews, you know, about the life and what it really takes as an independent artist. So I'm going to tell you right now, you come to Nashville, okay, most people that come to Nashville, independent artists, and there's three people that come, and most people don't realize the groups that come. There's songwriters, okay, there's musicians, drummers, keyboard players, you know, steel players, guitar players, and then there's artists, okay, and they come here a lot. And so that was talking about specifically about what it takes to really, really, as independent artists come here with maybe not a lot of money, okay, what you have to do to really, really behind the scenes to make it. Because we live in a day and age where you used to be able to get signed. If you had great talent, you had a demo, I mean, if you're playing guitar and the piano, if an A&R person heard that demo, you get signed off that. Them days are gone now. That's unfortunate because the reason why, because most artists don't have the money to make masters, and even me, I use the top people. My mastering guy from mastering engineer who's done work with the Who, the Rolling Stones, you know, to Kiss. I mean, I use high level, but it took me longer because I use those guys. Most people don't have that avenue to do that. So I'm advocate. I want to be an advocate for people, independent artists. I'm not going to be that guy, you know, if something happens to me that turns my cheek on other people and not help. I want to help independent artists because I'm there.
Right.
I walk that line, Pam. I walk that line. And I've worked my butt off. I was almost saying another word, but I worked my butt off to get there. So I know what it is to be without. I know what it is to not have the money, you know. But God blessed me with being able to produce and write music and be talented and sing the way I do. And I know how it is to people turn their backs on me because I don't have money. Well, man, Chase, you're talented. You're awesome. You're something special. How much you got? Well, I don't have $100,000. Well, you know, we're going to move on to someone that's less talented than you since they got $150,000. And I've seen that.
Wow.
I've lived that, okay, here in Nashville. You know, and that's how they roll. And it isn't right. And that's why that's what they roll. They don't care about signing people, you know, about people that are talented, so to speak, anymore. You know, they don't want to sign someone that writes their own stuff and isn't a, is smart, you know, and stuff about what they're doing. They want to sign people who are off the farm, so to speak, that they can manipulate, you know, to what they want, you know. And but you know, think about it. My album's ready to go, ready to be released, everything, you know. And I've worked hard for a year and stuff, and that's why I'm not ashamed to say it. You know, what more than likely, the major labels are not going to sign Chase Allan. And I'll say that. I'm on record to say that right here. It's the first time I've ever said it on radio because I've been pissed about it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
More than likely,
I can't blame
major
you.
labels will not sign Chase Allan. I have over 70-some thousand fans, everyone real, online. Okay? I've worked my butt off.
Yeah.
And these guys on a daily basis turn their back on me, okay, here in Nashville. You know, and so what I've done, it is a shame. You know what I've done? I've taken my music out of Nashville. And I've taken to the people, to the fans, okay? And a guy like me, 10 years ago, I should be signing on the radio right now, Pam. I should have two or three songs of my songs on the radio right now. Okay?
I agree.
You know, I know what's going on, okay? And I didn't mean to get in this point. I didn't want to interview like this. Everything's happy and stuff. It is happy. I love doing music, and I do still play in Nashville. I've played every place, and it's not everybody in the industry. And I'm not talking about the music, but I know that things have changed. You know, in the music and stuff. And so it's very. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And because of social media and because of hard work and stuff that I've done, I'm slowly getting getting where I need to be. You know, like I told someone once, I said, man, if I ever get a CMA or ACM award, I said, I'm going to have to thank, when I get up, to thank everybody, because it took everybody for me to do it. You know,
exactly.
And, you know that, so I can gloss things over today and tell you that I worked with everybody here in Nashville and all those names and stuff. But when it comes down to it, what I'm doing myself, you know, is no one is handing it to me, so to speak. You know,
right.
You know, and it's very political. People protect their own. You know, and you know, I think people need to know that. You know, I think.
Yeah.
You know how many times I've had people tell me, listen to my music, they think I'm already on major radio or a major star or something. If people hear my stuff over across seas, they think I'm with a major label already. Okay.
I can see that. I can understand that.
You tell me something. How does it think it makes me feel when I see Big Machine or a Capitol sign somebody that isn't even half as talented as me? Okay.
Well,
how do you think it makes me feel? But that is what I'm talking about, you know. And it doesn't bother me. It bothers me, and it bothers other people too. It's just not me. Okay, I'm just not in me, but other people too. I think that, you know, that's the reason why the best music that you're hearing is not necessarily what you're getting from the labels right now, fam. Okay?
That's why I love my indies, and that's why I do this show, because there's so many of you out there that are so good that, you know, we would love to see you sign with a label, but as long as you keep making the music, as long as you're able to do that and you have that need and that want and that dream and that goal, that's what matters.
That's why I want to advocate today. That's why this is the first time I ever spoke about this on air, is to advocate for the other independent artists that are out there that are working every day, their butts off, and probably should be signed. Not just me, other people.
Right.
You know, that should be signed and stuff. But that's the reason why that's the reason why I spend so much time working hard on my music to make it the best I can, so I can you know, I can challenge some of these guys on even, because when it comes down to it, you know, I might not have the big budget for promotion and stuff, you know, like some of these guys do. But, you know, when people hear my music, they like it. They love it, you know. And it's because I'm sharing, spending the time sharing with people. I love the fans. The fans are why I do this, you know.
I know. I mean, I don't even know how you keep up on Twitter. I mean, it seems like you answer every single tweet that gets out to you. And your fans love you as much as you love them.
Yeah, and so I think that, you know, I think going forward, as, you know, being an advocate for independent artists and stuff, you know, going forward, I'm going to keep making it even at a higher level, as high as I can go. And I'm not here to rattle anybody's chains or anything like that, or piss any labels off or anything, because you really, you know, most major labels aren't going to, you know, because of how it is right now, are probably more or less aren't going to sign me anyhow, you know, unfortunately. But I'm here to do music, and I'm here to do it at a high level and continue to do it. And I will, you know, and so I love music. I love meeting people, the fans. I'm not into the politics. I'm not into the awards. I'm not into, you know, so to speak. Everyone that plays with me knows I'm a team guy. You know, we walk up there. It's not, even though it's Chase Allan, we walk there up as brothers on the stage or as equals. Okay, you know, so that's why they love playing with me. That's why the guys like me here. Okay, that know me. I do everything I can for the guys I work with and for the people I have. So that being said, man, I still love Nashville. You know, not anything about that. It's just the industry. So it's just how it is and stuff. You know, and so, you know, it's unfortunate that it's come to that point for a lot of independent artists that have gone through a lot of stuff. You know. But it's just where we're at. It's where we're at, you know.
Exactly. Now, I also noticed lately there's a lot of indies out there that have started their own record label. Have you ever just, you know, wondered about doing something like that?
No, I don't. I really don't need to. I've really not thought about doing that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep making music and getting it out there to the people and doing shows and stuff. I mean, when it happens, it happens, you know. The thing is, for me, when it happens, it's going to happen big, you know, and
Right.
It's not about, for me, it's not, I am not at all anti-label. I don't want to come across like that at all. I just think that what's happening is that the labels need to be opened up for more independent artists that are out there working their butts off and that are great artists, And just because they don't have a lot of money, they should not negate those people. Okay.
No, because it used to be back in the day, the label's the one that gave you the money to be able to do this kind of stuff, not vice versa.
Now it's they want everything set up. They want everything, so they don't have to get less money they got put into as possible. So I think it's turning. I think the pendulum. I think people's fans are realizing they want certain music. I mean, especially with the internet. Look at the internet radio, like yours. FM stations. Who knows how long that's going to be around? I mean, it's coming out. I mean, FM stations might not be around in 10 years. You don't know. Everything's going to internet, Pam. It really is. Web. Everything's going to the web. There's so many radio people that used to work at radio. They have their own web shows now, like yourself. So I mean, things are changing. It's global too. So
exactly. Yeah, and it's just like newspapers too. Physical newspapers. People buy less of them these days because of reading everything on the internet. I mean, basically you can watch TV on there, you can listen to music on there, you can read your paper on there, and get all your up-to-date news and stuff. So a lot of these things are falling by the side, and the labels, the television people, the newspapers, they all have to start jumping on that train and putting their stuff out that way and thinking of new ways to keep their audience.
And that's why the web, for me, the internet is so important. There's two things that really count for me, of course, God, family, and friends. But, business-wise, you know what it is? It's making the best possible music I can in the fans. That's really, at the end of the day, what it's about. The best music I can make in the fans. And that's why, I do things at a high level. And I've been able to meet people, and people respect that. The fans, people, other musicians, they respect that, and that opens up when you do things at a high level, and you're even living your life at a certain aspect, being positive and putting out those vibes. Good things happen for you. You open opportunities. And that's like I tell people, man, other musicians, Chase, what do you do? What's your advice? I said, you never give up. And you always believe in yourself. And when one door, like I think I told you, when one door closes, kick the next one down. And that's what keeps me going. And that's what keeps me going. And that's anything in life, And I love music, and I love meeting people. And I'm the type of guy that can have a beer with a biker, Harley riding biker, and the next minute be drinking with a guy with a suit on. So I'm just like, I'm me, and so that's, I'm real, and like I tell people, other than God blessing me to write, sing, and produce and do music, I'm just like everybody else, man, and I have the trouble things, and I think that's, I'm not afraid, to say that, and that's just how I roll, and that gives me the heart and soul to write the songs that I do. And the new songs that I'm writing, which you haven't even heard yet, which are, I've had some people here, and they're like, this is better than your stuff you have. So I keep raising that bar on myself. I don't really worry about other people, artists and stuff, meeting them, befriending them and stuff. Yeah, that's important. But I do my thing. And I want to be a leader, not a follower. So that's why, so, I mean, and it's being real in the end of the day, and treating people with respect. And so when someone tweets me and stuff, takes the time, say, hey, Chase, I love your music. I listen to a song that touched me, or I like it, maybe dance, or I'm listening. They deserve that respect from me to answer them back. I answer as much as I can back. I know I've missed things in the past. 95% I answer.
Oh, you do. So, you're on it. You are on it.
So I mean, I have good days and bad days. That's why I wrote that song, Brand New Day. I mean, my dad had passed away. I lost my father 2 years ago, and I wrote that. I mean, for people going through struggles and stuff, and I've had people with cancer get a hold of me. People have took their first, they hadn't walked for a long time. They walked to that song, I've had people going through divorce, lost children. I mean, it's amazing, you know, tell me the stories and stuff. So, and that's what it's about, you know.
Exactly.
You know,
you touch somebody's heart.
Yeah. If you start worrying about, you know, I never write a song and think, how much money I'm going to make this? How much the dollar sign tag? I never do that. I never do that, because once you start doing that, you'll lose your edge. You'll lose what God gave you. Okay?
Right.
And it comes about that. At some point in the line, you're going to lose it. It might not be right away, but you know, when you start putting things that aren't important ahead of what your journey is, what you're in life, you know, you'll lose it somewhere along the line. And so I never do that, you know. And you know, at some point, you know, you got to make money, of course, but you don't do it for. You can never do, like, I'm doing this to make this money or take advantage of this person or that. I don't do that. You know, so, and I never will. That's how I roll. That's just how I roll on that issue. But yeah, you know, I mean, it's been going great. You know, my album comes out, my pre-sale, my limited album here. It's called Here and Now. It comes out August 1st, pre-sale, August 1st, and it's 10 songs called Here and Now, and the album actually comes out September 1st. But so I'm excited. It's limited.
2 days away, yay!
Yeah. So it's limited edition too. So I'm not even releasing it on iTunes right now. I'm not releasing singles. I'm releasing the whole album. You know why? Because there's so many people like 2 or 3, you know, 4 songs on it. I mean, the whole album is really a great album, and that's why I called it Here and Now. I mean, I'm coming like, what can I call it? It is really about what I'm doing now. You know, it's about everything I've gone through in the past. But you know what? I'm here and now, and I'm doing it. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking, and I'm still rocking. So I'm here and now. I've spread the Chase Allan, you know, some more Chase to everybody, and hopefully, you know, help people out, you know, out with whatever they're going through with my music and my lyrics. So, you know, that's so I'm excited about that. It's a long time coming. Now this is limited and stuff, so it's going to be sold on I have ChaseAllanStore.com. That's ChaseAllanStore.com. That's my own personal store where I'm going to have merchandise. I do have merchandise on it already. It's just not up yet. But yeah, come August 1st, it's going to be available for pre-order. But yeah, it's been a long time coming, and I'm already working on the music for my next album, you know, so, you know, I might just,
well, you can't ever stop doing that.
I might, the next time I might do is do an EP or something, 3 songs, and so that's, you know, a lot of people are, you know, they're even putting singles out now, or 3-song EPs. I did an album because there was just so much good material, you know, that I had, and I just wanted to share it. You know, that album kicks off with a song called See Amazing. That's the first song on the album, you know, and great songs too.
Wonderful.
And, you know, there's every song, though, on that album has a story behind it, you know, and why I wrote it, you know, so it's really cool. And the guys that played on it are the same guys that played for Keith Urban or Bon Jovi. I've had his guys, had everybody, Eagles, oh my gosh, the list goes on, Urban, you know, it's so many people, great artists that played on or musicians, and that played on my songs. I mean, like 30-some. I've had like 10 engineers I've used.
Oh my gosh.
4 different studios, 35 different, you know, players, you know, so including myself, you know, so it's been a long journey, you know, and it's still going, you know, and I love sharing. You know, I'm going to the UK to do some shows coming in September.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk to you about next. That in September. I can't wait to hear more about that.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You know, different places, Ireland and London. You know, doing a show, Amersham Arms in London. So own my own. It's made a club. I have Janine Berry, actually special guest. She's an awesome artist from the UK, from that in England and stuff, and country artist, and she's a special guest with me, and that's at Amersham Arms, September 11th, and those tickets are on ChaseAllanStore.com. I'm playing at the the EHA UK Festival. That's at Rockingham Castle, September 5th and 6th, and then the Ireland show, and that's 7th in Ireland. So, so it's
yeah, those are all on your website, chaseallan.com, under tour for our listeners.
Yeah, and it's all, you find information on Twitter too all the time. Chase Allan Live
right.
or Chase Allan Music. But a lot, you would not imagine how many people get a hold of me from hip hop, from R&B, from country. A lot of people want to collaborate with me. I just don't have the time now. And there's a reason why they want to collaborate with me, and that's because they like what I'm doing. They like my voice. I've had EDM. I've had dance, do dance music, want me to sing on their stuff, So it's crazy, but I think, like I tell people, I want people to realize that, man, he was a great in the day. He was a great musician, great songwriter, producer, whatever. They can say all of that, but he was a better man. At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And that's an important part of you. It doesn't matter if any entertainment, whether you're in acting, painting, writing, singing, whatever. That's really what counts, man. Because
it is, because if you're a jerk, no one's going to like your music.
Yeah, right. So it's being real and stuff. And I've sat down and talked to hundreds and thousands of people, along the way and stuff. And I give people the time they deserve, talk to them and stuff. So I'm very fan friendly at shows and stuff. I'm the guy that's I've held babies. I've held, I feel like I'm running I should be in politics or something.
I was just going to say that.
So I miss my calling, man. Heck no.
Or you could be our next singing president. That's it. You can do that. And sing all your speeches.
No. I'll stay with music. I don't want to get that. But yeah, it's a great journey. I've had, like I said, the team is important. PR, business manager, all that stuff is so important for your career and your team, the people around you, people you associate with, your family, friends. I mean, that's so important to pick the right, in anything really, not just music, to pick the right people that work with you and work for you to help you get to the next level. And so it's a long journey, a lot of work, and I like being. I cannot wait till I can get at that point where I can help someone else out. Which in a way, even financially, if I hear somebody that's talented at someday when I'm able to, I'm going to be like, hey, yeah, I'm not going to turn. Shut the door. That's my producer out of me, the producer coming out of me, hearing a song, hearing someone singing, So, I have offers all the time for people, other artists. I've had people off The Voice want me to produce them, and I just don't have time. People, other artists, male artists, and so it's I'm going to I'm starting to work with one of the guys that works with Matchbox 20, actually, do some writing for him, one of their managers. So it's endless, the opportunities and stuff. If you open yourself up and what door is a true door to walk through,
Right, and don't stick yourself in just one limited, place of just, I only want to sing and that's it, because there's so much more that you can do.
That's right, and so it's so important for people today, for me, to people know that there are guys like me and gals like me that are out there that are working hard, independent people. But independent used to be you're independent, it's not really. I mean, look at Macklemore. I mean, look how many Grammys he won. Independent artists.
Right.
But a lot of people are, a lot of people want to stay independent, so they have control of their career and stuff. So there's a lot to be said when you start signing contracts with whether it be managers or entertainment companies. And you're giving a guy like me, that writes everything. I own everything, and I control everything. A few songs I co-wrote, so I own 50-50 of those things, but I own organizational management. But I own my whole master, everything. You got to be able to give it away not give it away, but to the right people that are going to do the right things for you. So many people come to Nashville and they sign first out of the line, and then they give this up. They get 5% here, 10% up here, 20% up here, 30 here. And by the time they're done, there's nothing left.
Exactly, and
so,
people don't realize that either. Like when somebody is on tour, on a huge tour, yeah, of course they're going to make some money, but they don't realize how much money is actually going out to pay all of those people, the sound engineer and the roadies and the bus, that you're on, or the plane, all that stuff has to be paid for.
Publishing, tour buses. I mean, it goes on and on and on. So you really aren't making a whole. Most people. I mean, even every iTunes download, it's 30. They take 30%. Think about that. Even if you write the whole song, like me, I own all the songs. For example, they take 30% of my download. Well, my managers, they take 15, 20%. And then you get down, you whittle it down. It's a lot of people in the country aren't necessarily making a whole lot of money right now. And
exactly.
So it's you think about a guy like me that owns a lot of this stuff. I own everything, and I would be making probably 20-30%.
All right.
But you think about what people that don't write, that just sing, and because I own all the mechanical rights on my music, and everything. So most people don't, So it's you got to be very wise as a new artist, or even as a veteran artist, to what you're doing, what you're signing away, and make sure if you're signing away, it's to the right people. The right people.
Yeah, and definitely read everything before you sign it. Have a lawyer look at it, because that's your life that you could be signing away.
And
that's
hate
not a good thing.
I hate seeing that when artists get taken advantage of. I mean, pure artists that are writers and stuff, and that are really talented people and stuff, and they take advantage. It happens. Unfortunately, it happens. And I've sat across some guys and stuff that told me their stories. I've sat across guys that are the bad guys, and I put them in their place.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to do that, as you can tell.
No.
I'm not. I'm very confident in what I'm doing, what I have. Okay, my talent level. That's the reason I'm like that. I haven't burned any bridges in Nashville yet at all. So I want to. It is what it is. There are good people in the industry that love music and really want to help people, and there's bad people that just like anything, whether it's in radio or whether it's in any other type of business, you just got to be aware and be. If you don't know yourself, you need to be hooked up with a mentor or hooked up with somebody that can say, hey, Chase, that isn't the way to go, because this guy's not legit. And that's we live in a day and age. We live in a day and age more than ever that's happening. So that's I definitely, I'm a big advocate for that, making sure songwriters and musicians and singers, and artists, other artists, know what they're doing, what they're getting into and stuff.
Keep your eyes and your ears open at all times. That's it.
Yeah. It's important, and so, but I love writing and I love meeting people, and it's I know it's been a while since I talked to you last time. A lot of good things have happened. There's been struggles. That's how it is. Just because I get a song on the radio, okay, it's really good. That doesn't mean the struggle is going to stop, Pam. It's always there's always it's just starting. And
I know.
It's never going to be. It's always going to be struggle and stuff. You know what it is? At the end of the day, it's how you perceive it, how you handle it, and making things, that are looking things that happen negative to you, make them a positive. There's a reason why that didn't happen.
Right.
And believe me, I can tell you one thing. I've sat in front of people where I was getting ready to sign something that was going to sign major portions of my career away, okay? And I didn't sign it for one reason or the other, and you know what? It was the best thing I ever did.
I believe it.
And that not signing it. So there's a reason why things happen. You walk. Sometimes you have to walk. from deals that look sweet, and then you find out that, wow, 6 months later, thank God I didn't sign that deal.
Exactly.
And that's really anything in life. So I love telling people the behind the scenes stuff like this, because they don't really see the other side.
Absolutely not.
They always see, hey, that's great. I got my video out and I'm happy and everything's going. Well, you know what? The real guys that are doing it, the real guys that are walking the line, it's not like that. It's struggle every day. It's the real life, the real Nashville show, that you're seeing, not on the TV. You're seeing the real parts of the life of a musician and or artist, but I keep positive, even days that are down. You got to keep going on. There's people don't see all the meetings behind the scenes, the negotiations, contract problems. It's unreal. I mean,
I'm not real big on reality shows, but I think that would be a good one for you to do.
There you go. I can do it.
I could see you doing that. I mean, you've come a long way, and you've learned a lot, the good, the bad, the ugly, and that would be something that for you to do. They have a lot of those realities, like behind the music, and they'll spotlight a certain artist, and that would be something I would love to see you do.
Right, and it's there is a story to tell. I mean, and the story is not necessarily just about Nashville either. I live in this area, I live in Nashville, but it's much more, since I'm branding myself as not just a Nashville artist or a 10-state I'm branding myself as an international artist, and it is. I am, because I have fans of people like my music from Russia to Johannesburg, Africa, South Africa to South America, all over. So it really is, for me it is. It's about international, as an international. Everything I do it as, I'm a country in the country genre, but I look at things as an international perspective, So, and that's, the real world we're living in. Like I said, one push of a button, you can have someone listen to your music. And Indonesia, I have fans all over Indonesia, believe it or not. So it's crazy. So,
I do believe it.
So it's what it is, and I'm taking it that way. And my biggest state in the United States, is California. My biggest state is California. And then but it's all over: New York, New Jersey, Tennessee, Texas, Florida. It's all over for me. UK, Canada. It's not.
Don't forget Chicago. I'm here in Chicago.
Well, Illinois too. And so it's really neat, and that's the way I always. That's just how I am, and how I write and stuff, and and so I really enjoy meeting people. I love the fans. I truly do, and I believe people deserve the best music that I can make for myself. I'm not talking about other artists, but Chase Allan. I'm always going to give them my best, and I'll take my time to do it. And I believe people deserve that. And I think at the end of the day, they will respect me for that, and me taking the time for them and being real with them and stuff. And it's amazing what one word or a sentence can do to a person, for a person if they're down or something, if they just just being positive with them. And I think that's why I say fans aren't just a number for me. They really are. That's I'm growing my fan base that way, and I'm growing, my longevity that way, and
exactly.
So it's what it is, and I'm going to continue to do that. So yeah, it's there is a story behind all this. there is a means to this madness, that I'm in the crazy music business. It is. Believe me. And
I have to ask you: Have you ever been to the UK? Is this the first time you're going out there?
No, I have never been in the UK. This is the first time.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I'm taking one guitar player from Nashville with me, one of my guitar players, and my whole band is in the UK. I'm using the UK guys and stuff. And one guy that's from
okay.
Italy, he's from Rome, Italy. The drummer is all in the UK though. So it's going to be kind of like an international band.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, you know.
It is.
You know? So they, you know, that's just, so that's really cool. You know, I'm excited for that, to do that too with the guys over there, and you know, so it's funny, American singer singing with UK band, huh? But that's the world we live in. You got to really be, honestly, you got to be a chameleon. You got to be able to change with the times. You got to be able to do things right at the same level, at the same time, keep making music that's great, you know, and taking the time to do it, and being able to talk to people, communicate, you know, and share your vision with people. You know, that's you know, through all the goods and the bads, you know, because it's no perfect. Like I tweeted something like said, life's not about being perfect. Thank God for me, but but it's about being happy. You know, that's the main thing. Who wants to be perfect?
Live
for
the moment.
Right. You know, so it's what it is, and I think, you know, if we were sitting down if we were sitting down having a beer or a tea or a coffee, talking to you the same way I am over the phone on this radio interview. You know.
Oh, I know you would be. I know. I can tell.
That's why guys from the rock world, I have friends that do all, like I said, rock bands and stuff, you know, and we talk and stuff, and that's the reason why, you know, we get along, and the reason why I get along with the country guys, doing straight country, traditional country too, you know, and one of my best friends, I love George Strait, the big George Strait.
I do too.
One of my best, Wrangler wearing, jean guy, belt buckle and stuff, one of my best friends, you know, in Florida, and he loves my music, you know. So I mean, that it's not really about, and it's funny because I have guys that 60-some-year-old men that are diehard, you know, country straight. They like my music, okay, and I have 15, 16-year-old girls that love Taylor Swift and they like my music. So it really is a new world that we live in, a new global world, and you got to, and you know, and it's just, I love it. You know, because it's opened up guys like people like Shania Twain. Well, I love Shania Twain. People like her in Little Texas, and Diamond Rio, and Lonestar, and even Keith Urban. They opened the doors for music like mine. Okay, music that really, it was country, but it really was, you know, had an edge onto it. You know, and so it's opened up doors for guys like me, people like me. It could be scary, but I'm just kidding. I always tell a story. I said someone's going to be, like, if I ever play at the CMAs, which I will eventually, or something like that, they're going to say, they're going to be watching TV and say, Ma, they left the back door and let that Chase Allan in. They left the back door open.
He snuck right in.
You know, that guy, you know. So I mean, you know, it's I like having fun, and I like, and we have, man, I can tell you stories, all the fun we've had and stuff. But it's by having fun and knowing where you're going, having a vision, and acting on that vision, being businesslike and professional, and at the same time having fun. And when you tell someone you're going to do something, do it. You know, and live positive. You know, so that's what I've done, Pam. And since I've talked to you last time, I've grown a lot, you know, and I've done a lot more and stuff and shared, you know, and stuff. So it's I don't even think when I talked to you last, I even had those songs recorded yet. I'm not even sure. Maybe I just did. I can't remember.
No. You had See Amazing and a bunch of other ones that I have. Yeah. But I'm going to actually be playing for our listeners when I let you go. I'm going to play See Amazing, Brand New Day, and Start Tonight.
Cool. They're actually playing some of the stuff on the radio over in the UK. So much like Start Tonight and Brand New Day and stuff, and See Amazing. So you know, it's cool.
Awesome.
You know, that's what I mean. Like out in California, they love that song See Amazing. okay, in L.A., and It's Your Love, they like that. And then you go to someplace else, they love the song like Brand New Day the best. Or it's just, that's really neat thing is because there's, you know, I have so many songs that could, I mean, Chase, what's your first single? I'm like, sure, I don't know, you know. I mean, we got to sit down and talk. And I've had big promoters listen to my stuff, and you know, and it's hard to tell. There could be there's 3 or 4 songs that I have that could be a first single. And that's a good problem to have. You know, that's a good problem to have.
Definitely.
Then my new songs are that I haven't recorded yet. Are, oh my gosh, I got to hold some back here, you know. But you know, it's exciting, you know, and working with you know, Kelly Lee, Artist United. I'm still working with her, and she's fabulous.
Yeah.
PR. Yes. She's my business manager too, and she's totally, you know, awesome. One of the best at what she does, bar none. International. She's the one that changed my way of looking at things and stuff. And I went all in with her ideals and stuff, and I haven't looked back. And being international.
Yeah, those are the type of people you want hanging with you and doing your work behind the scenes.
That's right, you know, and changing, because I was looking at everything. Believe it or not, when I first came to Nashville, I said, man, should I go back to L.A.? I'm not really, you know, I was telling myself this. I was telling friends, I don't know, you know, should I go? I mean, my singing really isn't, you know, I'm not like Brantley Gilbert, Jason Aldean, or Tim McGraw. I don't sound like these country guys. I don't, you know, I don't even know if I fit in. And I said, I pulled the trigger and I freaking came here. Okay, I came to Nashville, and I haven't looked back since. And boy, I've loved my style. And you know what it was? I came to realize that it was best to be unique, be myself, and don't worry about sounding like other people. Let other people. If someone else would sound like Jason or Brantley or Tim McGraw, that's how. Let them do that. I'm going to stand on my own and be Chase Allan. And you know what? That's the best decision I ever made. That was the best decision. And number 2 was, you know, listening to Kelly, Artist United, and going international with my stuff and taking it to the people. You know.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. That is wonderful.
So, or we wouldn't be talking right now. You know, and I wouldn't be doing, you know, just like the country cruise that I'm doing, 2015. I have to mention that too. You know, I got that from a fan, from someone contacting them. A woman that does, travels all the world, restaurants and the ships, and she's a reviewer of everything. You know, a critic, you know, of all this stuff, and she got a hold of the people that are doing that. And they heard my music, and we signed the deal, you know. So it really is.
Gosh, it sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's in the Grand Cayman Islands and stuff, and I get to take 5 of my guys, and they're flying us out of Nashville and stuff. So it's you know, it's gonna be a great show, and it'll be a rocking show. You know, so
definitely.
Everything I do is rock. You know, so it's it's a lot of work though, but everything I do isn't by accident. You know, like I said, there's a rhyme and a reason for all this madness. It's end game. It's the vision that I have, and the people around me, for myself, and keeping things going and stuff. You know, and I have a lot of, you know, like I know for a fact, you know, like when you're done, you never know who's watching you when you're on social media, Twitter and stuff.
Isn't that
I mean, it's crazy. I've talked to Montel Williams. He's a fan of my music. Bill Cosby.
Really?
I mean, I've had so many people, actors and, other artists and stuff that I've talked to, you know, that there's so many people that are fans that have heard my music and stuff. From, you know, Jimmy Fallon's wife, you know, they're producers, and Ellen DeGeneres, they're producers. I mean, it's crazy, isn't it? You know, but that's all through social media, and you know, so you never know who's watching you. You know.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true.
And stuff. Yeah, the labels are watching. Believe me, they knew. By now most labels know who I am in Nashville. You know, so it is what it is. So, you know, you just keep going on and on and on, and with your life and with your music. And with a smile on your
I
face.
think you need to get on some of those shows, too, that you just mentioned, because I watch them, and they bring on a lot of, you know, like Ellen DeGeneres is good at bringing people singers and that are just starting out or, making their way like you are at this point and bringing them on and gives them a lot of exposure.
Right. And it's being, it is. It's doing what's right for your career and sharing your music and being real with people and taking the time for them. And that's got me a long way, and also my product. My product is good, my music and stuff. People,
definitely.
That's the reason people like that, and so going forward, just keep doing everything I'm doing above and keep working hard. I work hard every day, and through the good and the bad. And so, and that's what counts for me, and I want to keep doing that and keep bringing great quality stuff to the fans. And so it's and this is part of it, talking to you online, and whether it's amazing. A lot of people don't listen because they might be at work or something to interviews, internet, but they'll go back and when they got time, the recorded version of it, they'll listen to
thank God for podcasts.
Yeah. So, because face it, most people, a lot of people don't have time sometimes to listen, but at that point, but they'll get home. When did you do that interview? Where can I listen to it at? And stuff, and so that's good. Yeah, podcast is awesome. but like I have interviews I have to do in the UK at radio stations. We're bringing camera crew out. I'm doing live interviews. I'm doing some cool stuff. And that's cool too because of my music. I do interviews, not necessarily just country magazines or country radio. I interviews me with fashion magazines or with or maybe just music in general, rock, and stuff. So it's really wide open with me.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I would never think about a fashion magazine, but I mean that's a good thing because you get another audience that's into fashion and reading about it, and then they see your interview and they're like, oh, I got to check this guy out. He was, they loved him so much they put him in here. So that's a good thing too.
So it's doing the type of music the way I do my style. It's kind of like open. Like I told somebody, if I could be, I would have utmost respect for Bryan Adams. Okay, Bryan Adams. Bryan Adams. He's one of the world's best songwriters. He's ever worked with everybody from Mutt Lange, who was married to Shania Twain, did all of her stuff too. Everybody. If I could be the Bryan Adams of country music, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, because I get compared to John Cougar, Bryan Adams, a little bit of Bon Jovi sometimes, stuff like that. But I take that. All three of those guys, they've been very successful. So if I can, that's kind of what I want. That's why I want to stand out. That's why I kind of like tell people, I do want to be like the Bryan Adams of kind of like a country style, though. And it's funny because I never thought that until the guy who mixed Aaron over at Quad Studios, mixed 6 or 7 of my songs. He's worked from everybody from Kenny Chesney to Band Perry. He works with everybody. He said when I was done with it, he said, man, Chase, if Bryan Adams made an album, this would be it. Country album, this would be it. So he, really the key thing is to stand out. Instead of getting mixed up, when there's so many artists, you hear it radio, a lot of people, they start sounding the same. When people hear me, I'm never going to have that problem because my voice does not sound like, as does not sound like anybody,
That's
country
true.
music. So when they hear me, they just like when they hear, Kenny Rogers or all the other guys, Vince Gill, that significant voice, that sticks out. That's how it's going to be for me too, and that's why I do it, and I'm happy at doing that, and I do want to stick out from the pack, and the thing is, I'm writing everything and I'm producing everything, or I'm involved with writing stuff, so it is me. So when people hear Brand New Day or See Amazing, that's me, So
right,
so, and so that's important for me, But yeah, it's been a fun ride, so far. A lot of challenges, but you got to meet challenges in life head on.
Oh, it's like a roller coaster. You know,
Amen to that.
up at one point and down at the next.
Yep. It is. Man.
Well, I'm going to go and I'm going to play for the listeners your songs, but could you tell us a little bit about Star Tonight?
Well, Star Tonight was kind of a song that actually I wrote with a good friend, actually, Chris Campbell. We wrote that song, and I wrote the lyrics, and I wrote he brought a beginning song to me, and it kind of like we took it over together and went with it. But that song is just about, you know, a relationship song. You know, you're out, you find someone that you truly love, and you want to spend time, and you never want to leave their side. You know, you want to just hang with them, you know, and that kind of fun song, you know, and you know, it talks about, you know, being with that person. You want to be that special someone. You want to be their star, you know, and kind of like that's why it talks about sitting, you know, on the hood of the car, you know, just looking up, being together, about togetherness and stuff, and you want to be that one moment in time, you know. That's what it is, you know, memories, and we all got that, you know. So I mean,
yep,
you know,
definitely.
So
well, I heard you. I think you had tweeted out a link for SoundCloud for it, and I listened to it and I fell in love with it, and immediately went to Kelly and said, "Please, can I have the song?
Oh yeah,
I need to play it."
It has a real pop feel to it, so to speak, like a pop slash. It's not. I mean, there's parts of it where it doesn't even sound, you know. It's real. It's country, you know, because I have the banjo in there and stuff, you know. But it's really great song that could be really played on standard radio, you know, pop stations too. So
exactly.
I love that song, and that song is on the album too.
Wonderful. There's a lot of great music coming up on that album, and again, it's going to be available August 1st. Limited quantity, and it's called Here and Now, so people make sure you get it at ChaseAllenStore.com. Wow. Well, I want to thank you so much for joining me today, Chase. It's always, always, always such a pleasure to speak with you. I love your stories. I could listen to them all day. Unfortunately, we're limited on time on the radio.
Well, it feels like I'm talking to an old friend, so.
Exactly. I mean, once you get into these conversations, you don't even think about the people that may be listening or might listen later. You know, you just talk as two friends sitting down having a cup of coffee. Yeah. But I want to wish you all the best in the UK, and can't wait to hear about that when you get back. And when you do come back, please bring me a handsome British guy.
There you go. Okay, I'll try. Try my best on that one. Can I email them to you?
Yeah. That'll work. I just love the British accent. It's my favorite, and that's the only reason I said that. Yeah.
Yeah. They when I first started talking to the people from England on Skype and stuff, some of them were laughing at my accent. Not laughing. They like we love your accent, you know.
Yes.
You know, so it's funny how that's cool. But yeah, I'll try my best on that.
Okay. Thank you so much for that. And again, all the best to you, and keep doing what you're doing, because you do it so well, and I look forward to speaking with you again in the near future.
Thank you very much for having me, Pam. It's been wonderful.
You're very, very welcome. You enjoy the rest of your day.
Right on. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. For our listeners, also be sure to follow Chase on Twitter at Chase Allan Music, and Allan is spelled Allan, because there's a couple different ways to spell that. And also like his Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Chase Allan Nashville, and check out his website for all things Chase at chaseallan.com. I'm going to go ahead and start the music portion, and I'm going to play See Amazing.
I'm a guy who pleases easy. Seeing you smile, now that's what's amazing. Hanging out with you through the weekend, making some love, nothing beats that. Holding you close.
amazing is the very first song that I heard by Chase and fell in love with him and will follow him for as long as he makes music. Next up is Brand New Day.
It's so damn easy to give up before you're through. No one knows the pain but you. You're standing by the edge, looking out, you see the end. Still you don't know what to do. Just close your eyes and free your mind today. Leaving the step just one more time to get the pain, leave it behind, and break away to a brand new day. Let go of the fear you have inside. Take my hand, gonna be alright. Break away to a brand new day. Life keeps pushing on. Sometimes you feel so alone. It's like the weight of the world on you. You dream of a better day. You know, baby, it ain't far away. Let me tell you what to do. Just close your eyes and free your mind today. You're leaving the step just one more time to get the pain, leave it behind, and break away to a brand new day. Let go of the fear you have inside. Take my hand, gonna be alright. Break away to a brand new day. Let's break away to a brand new Close your eyes, believe one more time. Take my hand and run. Believe in yourself just one more time. Forget the pain, leave it behind, and break away to a brand new day. Let go of the fear you have inside. Take my hand, gonna be alright. We'll break away to a brand new day. Yeah. Brand new day. It's a brand new day.
And next up is another beautiful song and a brand new song called Start Tonight by Chase Allan. Enjoy.
You and me on the hood of my car, counting all the falling stars. Two of us with dreams of love. If I only get one wish, I Stars are shining so bright, and the feeling is right. I'm dreaming of you, looking into your eyes, waiting all of my life for someone like you. I wanna love you, never wanna leave you, standing alone here. So take my hand, we can touch the sky together, soft so high. Come on, baby. I wanna love you, never wanna leave you, standing alone here. So take my hand, we can touch the sky together, soft so high. Come on, baby. I can be a star tonight. Be a star tonight. Be a star tonight.
And that was Start Tonight by Chase Allan. I want to thank him for joining me today and Kelly for setting up the interview. I welcome back Chase anytime. I just love speaking with him. His stories just alone will keep you captivated, but that voice, that music, that's something that it just touches your soul, touches your heart, and I will follow him for as long as he has his music career going. I think he'll do it forever. And hopefully one day make it to Chicago so I can see him in person. I'd love to meet him and sit down and have a beer with him or something. So thanks, everybody who listened in today and for joining me. I really appreciate it. And join me again on Monday for, I should tell you it's at 3 p.m. Eastern. All my shows are at 3 p.m. Eastern time. It just depends if I'm interviewing somebody that may need to do it earlier or later, which I may have one of those coming up very shortly. But then again, I'll let you know that real soon. So Monday, all Mondays are Music Monday, and I play some of the best indie music from around the world at 3 p.m. Eastern time, so join me. And then next Wednesday I will be having my guest, and as I said, I'm going to have to let you know as far as what the time is going to be because she's actually in a different country. So once I work that out, I'll let you know. Follow us on Blog Talk Radio, too. They'll send you an email each and every time that we have a show scheduled, and as well as checking out my website at take2radiomusic.com. But I'll let the automated man tell you that. Enjoy the rest of your day. God bless each and every one of you.
Get connected with Take Two Radio Music on Facebook or Twitter at Take Two Radio Music. Or, for email updates on future shows, follow at Blog Talk Radio. For previous episodes, upcoming guests, and more, visit take2radiomusic.com.